We just got this new stand-up freezer for our garage, as you can see here. And as you can see, I'm in my garage because there's all this junk behind me. But this freezer needs to be organized. So I thought what I would do with you today is show you what's in my freezer, get it a little organized, so that way I can maximize the space for all of my freezer meals and my backstock freezer items. When we transferred everything from our old deep freezer to this one, I just threw everything in there. I haven't even paid attention yet. So let's go through here and see what we have. So I have some beef tallow in here, and this needs to stay frozen, but this isn't something that I go through very quickly. So this is something I wouldn't really leave in my kitchen freezer because it's just kind of taking up valuable space in there for something that I don't use a lot. And on this top shelf, I have some freezer meals. So I did not do a very good job freezing these flat or in a way that would fit in this freezer. I was kind of in a hurry and I just threw them in there. So we'll make do with what we have, but definitely moving forward, what I really think I need to do to organize these. Oh, it has an alarm if it's been open too long. That's good to know. Anyway, what I would do next time is make sure that they are frozen flat so that way I can organize them a little bit better. But this is a Thai peanut chicken freezer meal, spiced lemon chicken freezer meal. I have 3 French dip freezer meals. These are actually a little hard, sorry about that, but these are actually a little hard to freeze in a space saving sort of way because it is a 3 to 4 pound roast, so you can't really get it flat. So this might be something better for the drawers. I'm not sure yet, but that can make it a little bit tricky in terms of space. Here I have some honey garlic chicken freezer meals. Behind this box of French fries from Azure Standard, I have some, what is this? Oh, another slow cooker French dip. Okay, I have a lot of those. And 2 bags of sweet and sour chicken. So this is definitely not a great way to store these. So we're gonna have to repackage these. And then down here we have some coconut curry chicken, frozen tortillas, pulled pork, and then a lot of ground turkey too. Walnut basil pesto from my garden last year. Sourdough pizza dough, and that's it right now for the shelves. And then down here in the drawers, I have a lot of vegetables. So I have frozen green beans, frozen peas, frozen, I think this is sweet potatoes. In this drawer, I have frozen onions, frozen carrots, corn, and celery. For a long time, I didn't really use a lot of frozen vegetables, but now I do keep my freezer stocked with them because we are just in a new stride and a new phase of life where I just need easier, faster, healthier food. So if I have to like peel a bunch of carrots and dice them, we end up not having carrots in our food because I'm just not doing it. If I have to peel sweet potatoes and dice them, we're not eating sweet potatoes. But if they're frozen and ready for me to throw in a soup, stew, or in some sort of skillet meal, we have lots of vegetables. So even though I prefer fresh vegetables, we're leaning pretty heavily on frozen veggies these days. And then down here, we have some frozen seafood, which I don't eat, and some frozen, filet. I love filet, so I definitely eat that. So just as a side note, if you are like me and you like filet mignon, one of the best things you can do in terms of price is go to a place like Costco and get the whole cut of meat and then cut your own steaks because you can portion them the way you want them. And it is way cheaper to get steaks that way. Step 1 then to get this organized, I need to get these freezer meals out of here and figure out the best way to stack them in the freezer. So it's gonna get a little heavy, but let me just get these in here real quick. Okay, so all the freezer meals are out of there. Like I said before, I didn't do a very good job freezing these. What I should have done is lay them totally flat so that way they'd be easier to slide in the freezer, whether it's vertically or even just to stack them. So we'll just do the best we can for now. And then next time when I make a big batch of freezer meals, I will just do a better job with that. So I'm gonna put these big bulky freezer meals on the back of the top shelf as vertically as possible. So that way they're in there taking up as little space as possible, but also that leaves the front of the shelf for more grab and go things for day to day. And I'm going to keep the freezer meals together. So I have 3 bags of sweet and sour chicken, and then I think I have 3 or 4 bags of French dips. And honestly, I don't even know that I can put anything else up front here. I think these bulky freezer meals are gonna eat up that whole space. But now that I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if there's something I can put on here to create sort of like a makeshift shelf just so I can stack other things on top of it. I don't know. I definitely don't have anything for that now. but that is something I might look into because there's a lot of open space here between the tops of these freezer meals and the top of the freezer, and I feel like that's a lot of wasted space. So I also have these other freezer meals, and these are frozen a little flatter, so I am going to stack these vertically, which I think would probably be the best way to save space. Either just stacking them vertically or laying them flat would probably be the best route. So that saved a ton of space in the freezer. I'm using that beef tallow right now, kind of like a bookend so they don't fall over. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to run to Home Goods this week and see if I can find a large plastic container that fits in this shelf that can hold these freezer meals, so that way they don't flop over and it keeps them a little more contained. But for now, that actually worked out really well. We have a ton of this Jennie-O ground turkey. I don't even know how we ended up with so much. And this was one of the problems with the chest freezer, is that it was really hard to keep organized and things kept falling to the bottom and we didn't know what was in there. So it was hard to keep track of our inventory. And it turns out we have a ton of ground turkey in there we didn't even know about. So that's good because we have some backup food, but obviously that method wasn't working. But I think that we can get this better organized. So for now, what I want to do then is just stack this turkey down here just so it's out of the way. And then I have the rest of the stuff in here that I think for now, I'm just going to put right in front of these freezer meals. I think that will work okay because these are sort of grab and go things, some tortillas, pesto that I really need to use. Anything that you want to use up, I would put up front so that way you don't forget about it. And sourdough pizza dough, I think I'm going to stick down here with this extra turkey. That's not something we use every single day. We do use it obviously regularly. I have a lot here, but I don't want it to crowd out the space I need for my like daily freezer meals and those sorts of things. These big bags of veggies, I really love having these around, but one problem I have is they are like one huge block of ice. Breaking these apart at the moment is a little more work than what I have time for. So I'm not going to worry about that right now, but I do want to try to get all of my veggies in one drawer. So that way, I can clean out one drawer, but then I also know when I come out here, every veggie I have is in this one space. I just need to open that one drawer and pull it out of there. So I have to get everything out of here first. Clearly, we like green beans. One of the things I was actually thinking about doing for my freezer meals is to be able to really easily add a veggie to my dinners without thinking about it, is freezing them in little kits. Let's say I was gonna have that Thai peanut chicken with a side of frozen green beans, to put the Thai peanut chicken freezer meal in another Ziploc bag and then throw this in there to make a kit. So that way I don't have to think about it. It's grab and go. I know exactly what's for dinner. So that's something maybe I'll do in the future too. But for now, we're just gonna organize it this way. But so we also have some, cottage fries. Didn't even know we had these. Oh God. And garden peas. Now I want to see if this fits in here. So I have this in my pantry and I don't need it in there right now, but it would be nice if this fits in this drawer to organize all those green beans. And yes, it does. So I'm going to throw all those green beans in here. And of course, on the bottom of this box now. So the green beans fit really well in here with enough space for some other things in the back. But the problem I'm running into now is I still don't have enough room for these big, essentially blocks of ice. So the corn, the peas, I'm going to repackage. I think I can probably repackage these onions. But unfortunately, these carrots, the celery, and sweet potatoes are all a big block of ice. So I am going to have to put them in this drawer for now, like this, which takes up a ton of space. But, you know, breaking this apart with an ice pick sounds like something my husband would enjoy doing. So maybe I'll see if he wants to help me with that later this evening. I did take one of these and I threw it on the ground like you would a bag of ice to break it up, and the bag broke and the vegetables went everywhere across my kitchen. And so I don't recommend doing that. And then in this bottom drawer, I have all this meat and seafood down here. I think what I'm going to do is put that on this shelf with that frozen turkey. That worked out pretty perfectly. I think I need a couple more organizers just to keep these steaks from falling out and just to keep things kind of tidy. But for the most part, this worked out great. And we have an extra drawer down here with nothing in it. So all of this was packed out when we first started, but we really freed up a lot of space. So Next up, let's repackage some of this food so we can put it in here and save space. Okay, so we're back inside. I have some sandwich bags, some freezer bags, and of course, a bunch of things that need to be repackaged. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-portion as much as I can, depending on how many bags I have, is I'm going to pre-portion everything in a little sandwich bag. So that way I can just grab one of these and put it right into the recipe, and also so I can freeze it flat. But what happens when you have these like big bags like this, it becomes a little bit of a pain. You have to measure everything out. If it gets frozen together like mine did, it's, you know, hard to break apart. So this way it just sort of avoids those sorts of problems. I don't exactly know how much would be in a regular store-bought bag of frozen corn, for example. Doesn't really matter. I don't really measure things anyway when I cook for the most part. So we're just going to do the best we can. Okay, so here's one bag. I'd say this is probably around 2, maybe 2.5 cups of corn, and I'm gonna bag up the rest. This holds about 4 bags of corn. I couldn't fit these other 2 in there. I'll figure out what to do with them in a minute, but this just makes it a little bit easier to stack in the freezer, and of course a lot easier for cooking. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the peas and the onions, but with these fries, I'm just gonna throw these in freezer bags. Honestly, we don't like portion these or use these for recipes. I just dump them in the air fryer. So I don't really care quite as much how it's portioned. They're also too big for sandwich bags, but I think that'll work better for stacking. Okay, so these are ready to stack in the freezer. For the onions, a sandwich bag full is more than what I would use for one recipe. I'm still gonna package them like this to conserve some of the bags. And then what I'll do is I'll just use, say, a half of a sandwich bag for cooking. I think that'll work for now. I guess I could probably use smaller bags, but I don't have any right now, so this will have to do. My nail just popped through this sandwich bag, and onions just spilled all over my garage, so there's that. I love long nails. I love having long nails. I don't know if I recommend long nails. So I've had this bag of peas for a while, and if you notice, it's not even open. One of the other things I think about repackaging things is it just seems so cumbersome. I know it sounds silly, but on a busy night, when you are like just scrambling to get dinner together, you're like, cool, I have 5 pounds of peas, they're not open, I have to deal with it. And you just do something else. I think by opening this, repackaging it, now it's just really easy and manageable to use, and you're just more likely to get through that food and enjoy it. Okay, so we have all of these frozen veggies that I repackaged. So now we just have to find a place for them. And so I have my meats on this freezer, and then basically from the meats down, it's all veggies. So I think I'm just gonna stock up that empty drawer with these veggies, but I'm gonna try to do it vertically if I can. So let's see how this goes. This drawer is empty, and so I think, yeah, that'll work perfectly. It looks like I'll probably have to fold the tops of the bags down, but that is no big deal. Get these in here. And obviously you can see that takes up way less space. This is maybe imperfect, but I think it's gonna work for now. And then these fries, I have a little space in this drawer behind where I put the green beans. I'm just gonna stick those back here for now, and that will keep them nice and tidy. There's also these cottage fries, so that kind of pairs nicely. And I think that might be everything. So up top then we have freezer meals, and then more freezer meals back here with a couple grab and go items. On this shelf for now, I have extra meats, but I think I need a better way to organize those with some containers. And then the rest of the drawers are all veggies that are really easy to grab and go or pre-packaged for freezer meals, with the exception of this one middle drawer here, where I have all those basically bricks of ice I have to figure out what to do with. But that is a problem for another day or a different time, or for my husband to solve. The only other thing I think I'm going to do at the moment is I am going to order a sensor for the outside. You've probably heard this beep a couple of times in the video. It does have a sensor on it, so if the door's open, it'll start beeping. But that doesn't do us much good if we are, say, upstairs sleeping, or even just in the house and not coming out into the garage because we can't hear it. So I'm going to look for a Wi-Fi sensor to put on here. So that way, if it is open, it will alert us to our phones and we don't lose all this food, because that can happen sometimes. You know, something gets in the way of the seal or something like that, and then it's open, everything starts to thaw, and you have to get rid of all of your food. And that would be a travesty. So I'm going to order something. I'll keep you in the loop about that. I haven't looked for it yet, so I don't know which one I'm getting. If I find it before I publish this video, I'll definitely leave it in the description box. This is a little bit imperfect, but it's a freezer. It's not permanent. I can reorganize it. And I feel like those things just change as you swap out foods and get new groceries and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about it right now. For what we have, this works great. And then as we get more food or swap things out, make more freezer meals, I will adjust as necessary. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you again next time.